So I've been wanting to talk about something that I've kind of learned in scripture and I think is like super cool. But I find that Jesus is a tad bit sassy. And I love the fact that he just is who he is. He doesn't pretend to be anybody else. He doesn't shy away from confrontation. He doesn't shy away from anyone saying anything different about him. Like, he's just Jesus. And if it's sassy or if it's savage, then so be it. But one of my favorite things about him is that, like, for example, with Mary and Martha, you know, he addressed Martha for what she was doing, but he never said for her to be like Mary. He never compared her to Mary. And I think that's great because Jesus knew Martha couldn't be Mary and Mary couldn't be Martha, but Martha had a choice to make. And I love that in scripture because it made me feel really good about the fact that Jesus isn't asking me to be somebody else. He's just asking me to be me. The wildness that he set inside of my heart and the spaz that he's made me to be, he wants me to use that for his kingdom, for the excitement in sharing his word. And so today's verse, I just kind of want to talk to you about some places in scripture that I've seen Jesus be sassy and just kind of expand on those. But for example, in Matthew 3:14-15, John the Baptist is proclaiming that Jesus is coming. He is leading the way and that he is going to be the Messiah. And then Jesus comes to where John the Baptist is at the river baptizing people. And Jesus says, John, you know, I need you to baptize me. In so many words, of course, I'm paraphrasing. And John says, and paraphrase, you know, you should be baptizing me. I can't baptize you. And Jesus's words are, Jesus replied, let it be so now. Not, John, I really need you to do this because this is what the Father wants. It's let it be so now. No playing around. I'm just going to cut to the chase because I'm going to be sassy with you. Like, I'm going to tell you this is what is supposed to happen and it's going to happen now. And it has to be so. It has to be done this way. And then scripture says that John just consented. Like, he didn't even have to be told twice. He was just consented. And, you know, I love that Jesus accepts us for who we are. You know, that in scripture we can see times that Jesus was sassy. Like, for example, when all the Pharisees brought the adulterous woman out in front of everybody and they wanted to stone her, and Jesus just kind of walks out in randomness and bends down and starts drawing in the sand. Just kind of in a way of, this is wasting my time. But those of you that you know, have not sinned, cast the first stone. And then he bends down and continues to draw in the sand. And everybody has to walk away because they know that they can't cast judgment on her because they have the same sins in their hearts. And we can't judge each other's motives. And so Jesus spoke to the woman and forgave her of her sins because he's the only one that we stand judgment before. I find so much joy and peace in the fact that Jesus made me to be me, that sometimes I may be sassy and sometimes I may be crazy, and Lord knows I live a very chaotic life. Like, for example, and I've told my closest friends this today, but I didn't have any underwear clean because I can't get my life together, so I had to wear bathing suit bottoms to church today. Totally comfortable. But, you know, God sees us. He sees us for who we are. He sees us for the worth that we are. He sees us for the person that he created us to be. He sees us for our sassiness or our calmness or our meekness or the gift of mercy. He sees us for the wildness that's untamed within our heart because he created us that way to do some amazing things for his kingdom. And so as we start this series, Sassy Jesus, I just kind of wanted to give you a tidbit of, this is what I'm seeing. This is how I'm experiencing Jesus right now in my life, that he accepts me for all of me. And I don't have to be half of me just because people can't handle all of me. I love that quote by Rachel Hollis. And you know what? I'm going to be all of me because that's who Jesus created me to be. And so I want you to be all of you because Jesus sees you. He sees you for who you are because he made you to be who you are. So today, guys, embrace the chaos and embrace the sassiness and the wildness and the calmness, or the, you know, the innovation and the creativity and the uniqueness of who you are, because that's who God made you to be. And so I am praying for you today, and I am praying for myself, God, that I will just answer your call, and that I will be who you made me to be and nobody else. And because then it doesn't matter, because my reward in heaven isn't based off of what anybody else thinks about me except for him, King Jesus.